Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is your boy Brent in Miami, back at you. Today, we're going to be talking about how modern day feminism is ruining relationships. And I've got a special guest, Miss Luna Lopez over here, that way. And she's going to be, she's a health coach. She's a wonderful person, and she's doing great work for people, for women especially, in this space. And, I'm happy to have her on board, and we're going to pick her brain and learn what's going on in this crazy world. Luna, talk to us.
Hi, Brent. How are you? Thank you for having me. This is going to be really cool. So, yeah,
Let's
hi.
get into it. There's a lot of buzz going around with feminism and how it's changed the dating landscape.
Women have been oppressed for years. So many things that we couldn't do before. And it was only men could do it. So we've gone beyond that. And now it's like this whole new world that we as women are creating. I don't believe that going into the other extreme from being from victim into victimizer, right, is the solution. All men are bad and there's no good men out there, and only women shall rule. I don't think that's the
There
answer.
were laws put in place. People recognize that there were some things that women can do. We're going to do everything, okay? And they weren't given the right. And now we have taken that and morphed it into this modern day thing. It's an overcorrection. The ship got corrected, but then it's starting to tip the other way, where women are trying to put themselves above men and competing with men when we don't need to compete. We're two separate beings and we have different lanes. It's not a competition. It's not a race. We're both unique in the way we interact with people, with work, and that needs to be embraced.
Now, let's go into how this extreme view of feminism is affecting relationships, right? Dating. So, do you want to start or?
So, we've been sold this independent women. I don't need a man. I can do everything by myself. Miley Cyrus, flowers. I can buy myself flowers. Do you want to write your own name in the sand? No, you want a guy to do that. Okay. And, feminism has made women think that it's okay to do things by themselves, as opposed to wanting to do them things with men. The author of Sex and the City, that movie where Sarah Jessica Parker running around the city, living their best life and, having casual affairs and just being independent women. She's now 60 years old, and she says she's lonely and she wished she would have had children. She wished she would have put the importance on marriage and family, because now she's lonely and past it. Okay, so this is the effect. This is the lie you've been sold to be this career woman, go after it. Men are just a maybes, a nice to have, as opposed to a necessity. We need each other. I need my wife. She needs me.
We need each other too. I mean, that is an undeniable reality. It brings so much beauty to life, and even in spiritual ways, whenever we can become one with the other, it's just a magical experience. And man, I shut myself in the foot because I was that woman that I'm talking about. That was me. That I was so successful, so independent. And it's almost like I wanted men to be terrified of me. I want him to be intimidated. And I was happy. Oh, she's intimidating when they talked about me. And I was so proud of that. Man, I was so blinded. I really was. And I suffered. The majority of my adult life, I struggled with relationships. No wonder. I had this wrong notion that now I had to be that woman that, and I was like, and I really walked around like, I don't need you. Who the hell was going to stay for that? Allowing life to happen versus rejecting it and saying, I'm an independent woman, I don't need anybody, and so on and so forth. Whenever I'm working with people that, especially women that are having a really hard time finding a long-lasting partner, the first thing that I make sure that they've done is that they've been by themselves, that they've taken the time to be alone, to really understand themselves, what they want, their patterns. Why is it that they keep getting into the same toxic relationships?
That's not what men find attractive in a woman. Okay. I
Exactly.
mean, that's no, we want a woman that's feminine, that's fit, friendly, a nice person, has good character, you know, running your own business or wearing a power suit. That does not, it actually hurts you because it turns you into a masculine, as well as a very masculine traits in the business world. And they don't transfer or translate too well in the home or in a family dynamic. So you were the toxic one.
I was the toxic one. Toxic partners as well. So it was like a mutual toxicity that fed each other. It was the worst. A
And
long
that's
time.
very big of you. A lot of people don't understand that they're toxic. They always think it's them. Okay. I'm fine. Look at me. It's the toxic relationships I'm getting in. Well, it's like this. Okay. And we aren't given that dating education anywhere. We're just pretty much told to go figure it out. As young people, you're 18, 19, go figure it out, you'll get it. And we need a lot more than that now. We need mentors. We need counseling. We need an examples on how to go about this. In certain cultures, there's a lot of checks and balances on marriage and dating, where the parents are heavily involved. And those are in place to help the kids, help the people getting married, because you don't know anything at 20, 25. You know nothing like about meeting somebody, about how to choose somebody, about what's coming up next. You're just literally just running out there blind. And in those cultures that the parents know, they could see what's coming and they can help guide based on what they know. And it's just another set of eyes and ears to help you in this process.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. And it's interesting because as you were saying this, I'm like, wow, that's so nice. You had a nice childhood, your parents were educators. They were teaching you all these things to keep learning, this and that. Well, they didn't teach you about relationships though. It's like it's
No,
so hard to cover all the bases. Then
right?
you have other people that grew up like completely messed up. Like, their parents really didn't know what the heck was going on with anything, not to mention dating. So we are exposed to so many different things as humans, right? As diverse as we are. So again, it is so important that at some point we take responsibility and we say, man, I gotta learn this dating thing. Like, let me, and I gotta learn myself. Most importantly, like, who am I? What do I want? What can I do better for myself? How can I love myself a little more? And a lot of those things.
Yeah, exactly. And the good work that you're doing as a life coach, and give them some direction to some of these up and coming women that are going to be having children, getting married. And Miami, the city of craziness, you're going to find a lot more than normal places.
So yeah. So these hangouts, Brent, are open to all women, all right?
Okay.
And I really suggest that they show up next week, because I'm gonna start laying out these elements. And if they miss it, they miss it. There's no recording. This is a live experience, and they can bring
Okay.
their drink if they want. It's not serious. It's about serious stuff, but we're not gonna make it serious. It's like, let's hang out and let's talk about the truth of dating and who we are as women, and all this good stuff. And I'm going to share every Tuesday. I'm going to share like at least 3 elements, and we're going to talk about them, and look at real life examples and things like that. So they can come any Tuesday, because I'm gonna do this for a little bit. I don't know for how long, but I do suggest that they try to come at least to the first ones, because so they can have a good idea, and not
Okay.
miss the material, right?
Okay.
So
It's this Tuesday, next Tuesday at 6 o'clock,
yeah,
and
Eastern
go
time.
through your Facebook link and click on it's through Facebook Live. Okay.
Yeah, there's an event link for people
Okay.
to show their interest, and so that I can register them, and send them the Zoom link for when it
Okay.
starts.
All right. Gotcha. I'll put that in the description as well, so that they can come and check you out and get some of these, get some of those nuggets.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Totally.
Well, I mean, I want to thank you. It's been great. I think you're a wonderful soul, and you're doing great work in the community for all the ladies out there. And yeah, we'll keep this thing going. Okay. Thanks for your input. Thanks for your commentary. Thanks for your opinion. And want to say have a good one. Anything you got to say to close it out?
Oh, thank you so much. This was awesome. I just want to clarify, I do work with women and men. And in fact, I love working with men for very different reasons. I love both. It's a really different experience. But yes, thank you for having me. This was fun. This was cool. And that's that.
All right. Peace. All right. Brent in Miami. Say bye.